and it will start in Kidlink on January 10th. So right now I am running it. I have 70 teachers in it from all over the world. And so I'm looking forward to seeing my next group as well. The project for these 70 teachers is lasting 2 months. I have the project set up so it can last 1 month. Or if you're really interested in doing the second half, you can do it over 2 months. So here I go, I hope. Whoops. I need to share it on my screen first, sorry. So if I go to this, well, let's see. And if I go to, yes, that's what I need to do. Okay. We usually use Zoom for this project. So I'm now sharing this tab in a window. So this is the project. Whoops, here we go. Here's the project, Moon Over Us. I actually have announcements for current members up above. Teachers are required to create accounts. With 70 teachers, I actually don't require students to create accounts because I can pay attention to 70 teachers and their students' work, but I can't pay attention to 70 students sending me email or sending me messaging in Moodle, and also replying to the forums in Moodle. So activity 1 is to take a survey in Google. Then we start creating and sharing images of the moon 2 or 3 times a week. And you can see here is an example from China. This boy actually was in the first project and he was around 8 years old. This is the information I require for each image of the moon, and I check them to make sure they're accurate. So it's the student's name. Some people who can't put names on the web use initials. And then this is where he's from. This is 8:30 a.m. Nepal Standard Time. Phase of the moon observed is a new moon. So this was really a blank image, the longitude and latitude, and then say something about the image. Okay, as I go through this, this activity needs to be completed 2 to 3 times a week during the entire project. And you can see it's in Chinese. It's also in Hindu, a little lower in the pages. Or no, not here, but in another set of pages. Okay. I also have opened up different language areas in Moodle so you can translate certain things into your own language. Now, this is this project is January through May. I first show some videos to let you know about the differences in the moon when you're viewing it from UK and Australia. Then I share a video about the moon phases. And this is a quiz for students. Students need to, the tables in this are put in a circle. They need to pretend that their head is sticking through the circle and name each of the phases of the moon as we go around the circle. Then I have Mobile Astronomy, a beginner's guide. This project is set up so that you can run it on a smartphone. And you can also share your things on Zoom on a smartphone, and we go through how to do that. So again, this part is translated only into Chinese and English. By the way, the beginning of this project was started by a person from China named Hong Fong Go, who was head of the astronomical libraries in China, in Beijing, China. So this is an example of the artwork that's created. So I have you take pictures of the moon, and then you make a collage or something about the moon. And then we talk about history and beliefs of the moon, which has students looking at facts and figures and writing papers. They also tell stories, poetry, or illustrate something that you know about the moon. Start a new Padlet. Padlet is what we're using now, and I'll show you those in just a minute. The reason I switched to Padlet is because students can post their own work and people can comment on that work. So I have up at the top, let's see, I'm sorry I'm making you dizzy. Up at the top, I have links to the Padlets that are being done for each class. And then students from a variety of classes take those pictures. Now, this may be all you want to do: write poetry, write stories, or draw pictures. That's an option. That makes this a STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, STEAM project. And now, after the first month, then we go into taking images of the moon with NASA's telescope. The person who has not been able to get in actually teaches language arts, and she wasn't going to do images of the moon at all. She was just going to do the poetry unit she had planned. However, her students got into taking the images of the moon, so they posted their images, and she just let them do it. One boy took his spring vacation to San Diego, and so we have images from San Diego. We also have images from Uganda, which is right on the equator. And we have some images from South America and some from Australia. So this is, let's see, we take a final survey. And then I have posted a few extra things here because some people wanted to know about tides. And next month, there will be a lunar eclipse. And I think it's visible in most of the world. In Asia, you can see a partial lunar eclipse. And in the US, you should be able to see a whole lunar eclipse. If you never see the sky, you can look at the moon using a program called Stellarium, which works on computers. The smartphone version for people who are not in the US is $5. Now let me see if I can easily, so that's too bad, flip screens here. I need to close this screen and open the next one. And Terry, I don't have the upgraded Moodle in the Kidlink Moodle yet, but it will be there probably next week. I had to do some changes in Moodle. So as I go to my next screen, let's see, present now, a window, and so I use Padlet, and I require every teacher who's in this to make a picture, to make a Padlet for their students to post. So I did this at another conference this is actually the 10-year anniversary of Moon Over Us. I actually started it 11 years ago, but I think in Kidlink, it was 10 years ago. So I'm going to show you this slideshow first. And whoops, did I share it? It looks like, yeah, okay. So I need to make this screen a little smaller. Well, I guess I'll do this. Okay. Can you see my whole image now? Yes.
Yeah, we see two screens at once now.
Okay. So I am going to make this larger. So this is the opening picture that my friend from China sent me, and we have credit to the photographer who is actually from France. So now we're looking at from school to school, China-USA Brazil collaboration. This was done in partnership with Kidlink. And at that time, I had a server called iCollaboratory. I still have that server. So we had Paulo Britonas, Gustavo and Arroyas, Christine Allen, Gloria, Karen, Katrina Lynch, and we also had some people from Europe in this project. So Stellan, who was here, or no, this is poetry by Caitlin. Caitlin was from Romeoville, USA. And her teacher said, we can't take images of the moon right now, so we're doing poetry. And I said, that's great. Then I have this comment from Stellan. The Moon Over Us is a global project. One realizes the project is really successful global dialogue with students participating from China, USA, and Brazil. A huge amount of students participate with pages and comments. This was in KidSpace originally, but it was at one point, all the comments in KidSpace disappeared, so that's why I moved it to another platform. Moon has been the first significant part of Chinese culture for a long time. The Chinese established precise lunar calendar according to the moon's revolution. On August 15th, lunar calendar, there is a mid-autumn festival, which is one of the most important festivals in China, whose popularity is just behind Spring Festival. So the people who are here from Taiwan, I hope you will join us for this round. And this is some of the schools who are participating. And what they do is they share poetry, dialogue, comments, discussion, and reflection. At this point, each student created a web page, but now we've moved to Padlet. These are, it says 2 Brazilian schools, 5 Chinese schools, and 10 schools from the USA, ages 9 through 16. I had 600 students in this round. This is a picture of Hong Kong. We use Skype and document sharing. And then at one point I sent, Hong Kong and I had a presentation. These are called Galileo telescopes. And this person, whose name also was Terry, sent us instructions about how to attach a webcam. So this was actually before we had smartphones, and before everyone had a smartphone. Or most people had smartphones. Everyone still does not have a smartphone, and everyone still does not have an internet connection. This is what I did the first year. So this is the Brazilian moon. And I know that Manuel can read this. I'm not sure if anyone else can read it. So we have a translation. This dialogue was between students of the US. And again, for me, the dialogue between students is the most important thing you can have. And you notice in the US, people can't use their real full names, so they use the name that's appropriate for their school. And this is more dialogue from the United States. And then David from Brazil answering their questions. It says photos were taken by a normal camera, telescope one of teacher Gustavo Reyes. So I don't know what the information is, but I'll bring it back later. So this was a continued dialogue under the picture from Brazil that I showed you earlier. This is the Chinese moon. And this is from an 8-year-old student in China. Hi, friends. Do you see these pictures of the moon? They look the same, but the time is different. On the first day, 8 p.m., the full moon is just above the roof of a building of the Beijing Convention Center. But the second day, when the moon is full, it climbs up to the same place. The time is 9 p.m. Then for the next 2 days, the same place. The time is 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. So here he says, it is very interesting, but why? Because the moon is very lazy. It gets up 1 hour later every day. And this is his Chinese writing. We actually had an article published in a Chinese newspaper. This is not Taiwan, it was Beijing. And this photo was taken by his father. So here are some comments. A-Joyce was Joyce's Kidlink name. In the days where we had students and teachers working, teachers were A- so that we could tell them apart from students. So we knew that that was an adult talking. This is a picture of McHenry Middle School integrating how they were integrating their subjects. This is a picture of Moon Over Us in McHenry, Illinois. This is how to attach a telescope to a webcam, a webcam to a telescope. So, and he says, plastic 35 millimeter film canister, glue, Galileo scope, which I right now have 30 in my basement that I can send out to you, but the international postage is expensive, and an internet connection. Then the directions are located here. Now, this is a picture of the telescope from Shiloh School, Central Illinois, US. This is a picture of the moon from Shiloh School, Central Illinois. And I think this school has probably, it's very small. Now look at this image, these images, and the moon with Venus also. And look at these images. These are from São Carlos, Brazil. This image on April 25th. This one was on April 25th. And there's the moon with Venus. And here's the moon with Venus. And then the math problem was, these pictures were both taken on April 25th. What do you think the differences are? This was pretty hard to figure out. So in the end of the project, the students take a basics facts, that's a survey, and they write reflections about what I have learned. And then every solar star is only in English, and it's about four kids from the US are the major stars in it. But it is fiction, but it talks about, it has a whole glossary in the back about the moon and what's actually nonfiction. This is where the project was the first year. And I said, the next project starts in September. And whoa, I took out the last slide. It actually, I have one more slide that says Kidlink with iCollaboratory. So now I'm going to close this window and close this window. Now I have the next piece of this, and Sugu, I hope you're still waiting. This is Welcome to Kidlink's Harvest Moon Project. This was a workshop we did on a Saturday morning when it was the harvest moon. And you notice I have Claire. This one is anonymous. I think this was Claire's also. This one is taken, this one is from David, taken over a kibbutz in Israel, spring 1977. Here is a full moon, beautiful subplanet. It's composed of other planets. Okay, then I have Improving on Sound by Stellan. So that was Stellan's contribution. This is Sri Lanka, and Neil, who's also a Kidlink board member, shared with us images from his moon talking about the moon is, the full moon day is known as Poya in Sinhala language. Now on this, I have told people that you can speak in your native language. I do not have a Google Translator on the page because it slows the loading of the pages down. And I'm scrolling through this fast so you can't see it, but I will give you the link to this Padlet later. This is the Moon Festival page that we did that I just showed you. Let me see, the full moon day. So this is still the students from Sri Lanka talking about the full moon day in Sri Lanka. And this is called the Poya moon. Okay, and Sri Lankan TV channels broadcast a lot. So now I'm taking you back to the Kidlink Moon Festival page. And let's see, I think I showed you most of this page, but we were talking about having a workshop on how to use Padlet, because the teachers provide the Padlet, then the students uplink their work. And I can also post I really love these pictures of the full moon. And I can also add a comment here. I've already added a comment. And as I look at this, I would like you to take real images of the moon with a camera. And then I have Yummy Treats from Taiwan, Taiwan famous 100 years old mooncakes, Bakery Yummy. So I have, Taiwan has participated partially in this project. Here's a traditional story about the Moon Festival. And I haven't gone through this and commented on everything. Terry Smith made a note about Iron Moon poets. So this goes into poets, and here's a delicious food in Taiwan. So I'm now going to close this page, and let's see. I think this is the Sri Lanka page, so I'm closing it. And now this is back to our Kidlink's Harvest Moon project, so I'm closing it. This is now Moon Over Us Pan India. So Sugu, would you like to share your page, or should I just start with this one? Sugu, I would like you to share your page. So I'm going to quit sharing. Are you there? Sugumar, can you turn on your, woo. Okay, in the chat, Doug had to leave. I'm sorry about that. We have Terry Smith, and Ram said, Bonnie, my audio has gone. I can talk, or?
Can you check your microphone, please? I see the icon's off now. Now it's back on. Because we could hear you before. Ram's group, yeah.
So Sugu, can you speak? And I think your page is now showing.
Your Padlet's still showing, Bonnie.
Hello.
I know. I was,
Hello.
if he is having problem
Hello.
with his audio,
Can you hear me?
Yes.
yes, we can hear you
I
now.
can't hear you. Bonnie ma'am, you have to do it because I can't hear you or I can't speak. I think everything has gone up from here.
Okay, would you go ahead and talk? I'm going to start from the bottom of your Padlet because that's,
I will do one thing.
and then I will play the movie when it gets to.
This.
Okay, so this is, go ahead, I'm quiet.
I'll go out and come back.
Can you see what I'm sharing?
Hello. Again, same. I can't hear. I can't.
We can hear you, though. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Now I can hear you also. Okay. Thank you very much. Sorry for the disturbance and the trouble. The technology has given us all the problems, other than the advantages. And I would like to introduce my student Swami, and he will be coming in the slide now. Okay, Bunny ma'am, can I go ahead?
Bonnie, can you hear? He wants you to move it ahead.
Yes, I can hear. So I
Okay.
started from the bottom of your page, and you can talk with me now. So good.
Yeah. Okay. I can hear you. I can talk. No problem.
Good. Okay.
And
So can you see your page?
yeah, go up.
So I'm going to say first,
Yeah,
he
go.
posted the survey,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I
This is the
thought was
survey.
a great idea. And now I'm going to sort of scroll up. I have these coming in reverse because it's easier for me to add. It's easier for me to see what came next, but now I'm not scrolling up very well. Okay, so this is the second part of the project, and I actually scrolled up pretty fast. But these are his 3 kids. He had 4 kids participating in the project this time. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Should I?
It said go again. Scroll up. You have to go up. You have to go up. Yeah. This is the girl Siddhi, and this guy is Swami, and the other person who is hidden is Soham. These are the 3 kids who were asked to draw what they presume the moon to be in their mind, how they look at the moon, and tell a story about their drawing. Go up, go up further, further.
Okay, I'll go.
Go to the starting side. Go to
I'm
the starting time.
slowly scrolling up to the top.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. These are the moons. I have taken a picture with my camera and made it using the Lightroom. I did the moon, and these are the 4 or 5 kids who are there in the team earlier. Last cycle they were there. Move further.
Okay,
Go
so
up. Go up.
I'm going up.
Yeah.
I really
This was the picture taken during the Republic Day of India. And here on the left side, you have the video.
okay. So now I'm going to link to this video,
Yeah.
which we'll see. Let me see. I need to go back to the beginning.
Hi, good evening, everybody. This our kids from Pan India. There is Moon Overalls Pan India April 2021. Kids are drawing. First drawing, they are imagining what moon will look like. In their imagination, they are drawing. The girl on the left side is Siddhi. The guy in the middle is Swami. Then the guy who is looking down at the phone and trying to copy is Sohan. Okay, they are going to draw. I'll take a few snaps and then I'll post both this video as well as the snaps. Thank you.
I hope everyone can see the video because I cannot see the chat.
Yeah, I can see video. I think others also are able to see the video.
Yeah, the video is doing fine.
Okay, thank you.
What do you want?
I have drawn the moon princess and the story is the earth. The moon is small family in the heart. And there was one person and he got bring goods and that time when he goes to bring goods that is bamboo and in the middle of the bamboo one bamboo stick is very shiny and it comes to the thing and suddenly it becomes small, the light becomes small and he goes and tries to cut it and he brings it back to him and he tries to open makes it like small baby and it becomes great and they think that is very big and then after a few years when she becomes adult then the moon very shining light comes and two people come with the horse and they come and take the moon princess and all of them try to stop them.
Okay, good. It's a real story. Wow. Where did you read?
Japan,
They believe it like this in Japan. Who told you that?
in my school, we read stories.
Uh-huh.
Then I read it.
Okay, good. What is your story?
This is a fun movie.
Hmm.
It's fast.
Hmm.
It's fast.
Hmm.
This is a world of moon.
World of Moon. Hmm.
This is moon.
Hmm. Where is? Swing. Ah.
I'm on this swing.
Hmm.
I have a dream that I want to sit on the swing.
Swing and swing. Huh? Wow. Okay, good. So, Siddhi wants to go to the moon and swing, right? Good. And you, Swami?
I want to see the real princess.
Oh, you want to see the real princess there on the moon? Wow. Good. What have you drawn? What do you think?
Some scenery of moon and a girl wants to swing, but her brother wants to go home and take her home. Then he's showing that this bunny, that she is frightened of that bunnies.
Oh.
So he's telling that there is a bunny on the moon that will come and bite.
Oh no. So the brother is frightening the girl.
Yes,
Oh, is it correct? Is it good?
it's not good, but
Okay.
it's night time.
Okay. Right. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. This is how the kids express their views on the moon and And this is the guy who was always still talking about the moon, and he's a very good drawing master. He draws beautiful pictures about moon. And once what he did was he drew a banana and showed it to me. Uncle, this is my moon. I said, wow, what is this? It looks like a banana. He said, I see the moon as a banana. So that
I
was how.
actually, I'm going to see if I can find the picture of the banana fast. Let's see. So go ahead and keep talking. Is your student
Yeah,
still?
that's right. Yeah. You- Here, only one student has come with me. He wanted to see what I'm doing and how I'm going to do in front of others. And he also wanted to see who are all there. That is me. I'm called the Moon Uncle. I'm not known as a Sugu here. I'm known as a Moon Uncle here to the kids. So he wanted to see what I'm doing. So I invited him. Okay, come and see. And he is here. And this guy yesterday he showed me a picture he has. That is a drawing he has done of Van Gogh's Starry Night. He replicated it and he showed it to me, and I have it with me. And 1 second, I'll share if I can. It might take a little time, but I'll show it what he has done. I have a lot of pictures what he has drawn, and yesterday only he was telling me that he has written 3 books. Where all you have written?
One in story weaver and two in book theory.
So on the net he has published 3 books.
Okay, I have the picture of the banana now, the palette with the
Yeah, good.
banana. May I show that and then you can show the 3 books?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is, I actually, there were several images the students did that I fell in love with, and this banana picture was one of them. So this is what the moon looks like. And I really, really thought this was fantastic. 4 people clicked, they love this picture, and Swami, nice drawing, is what Sugu said. It looks like it happened before the new moon on January 12th. And then there's an anonymous post by Yogan SP, who is one of the students. And then can you please
Yeah.
take more pictures and drawings? So this is Hitsugu's first class that participated. There's the moon, there's the rabbit in the moon. And someone this time wrote something about all the moons. So now let me unshare and go back to Sukumar. Let me see. You are presenting. Stop presenting. Okay. Did you find your pictures and do you think you can share them, Sukumar?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
I'll get it. Okay, wait a minute. I'll share it now. Here they are. And this is what my friend Swami has drawn, the Starry Nights, replicating Van Gogh. And then he has other things, drawings he has done, stone art, and the astronauts. And one day he wants to go to the moon to find his princess, right? That's how he's going to move. And then this is
I love
African.
I would like to go to the moon and find my prince also.
Good. Who is this, by the way, Swami?
This is from the Picasso.
Okay, it's from Picasso, right? And this is Swami has made the Rafale aircraft with the toy, right?
The Lego.
The Lego toys.
And this is the mantis.
And that's it.
Okay. So can he step in and maybe we can ask both of you some questions?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are ready.
Are there any questions
Any questions? We can
or
definitely
comments?
answer.
So I am, since Gail has not been able to get in, and she may have given up, she gets frustrated with technology easily. And so I really hold her hand. I'm going to show Gail's page because in the beginning of this project, she said, is this the right page? No. In the beginning of this project, she said, well, we're not looking at the moon. This is a literature class, and so we're writing poetry. And that's fine. I said, please join us. Now when I find her page on this tablet, I will show it. Let's see, maybe it's moon address. Moon address.
Bunny,
Yes.
I'm Winnie from Taiwan. Yeah, I just want to say that when you share this project, actually, I'm looking at my window outside. Is there a moon? Very appealing and very, attractive, the topic. So I just want to ask that if we join this moon over us, because I have some teacher, they have some they like to take picture of the moon. So can we share that the moon maybe not can we share the moon, but definitely it's not 10 years ago, because they got some collection. So can we share the moon about maybe not after we joined your project, but maybe we share maybe moon maybe this last month. Is that okay? We will notify
Yes.
the date. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
that is fine. Actually, can you join us in January and you can share your old moon pictures and your
Mm,
new moon images? And
mhm.
I think that would be good right now since I'm managing 70 teachers. It's tricky, but when I start over again on January 10th, I will have the whole project in Kidlink. I only have part of it now. And that's when you'll be welcome to make a Padlet
Mhm.
and share your images and put the dates on them so we know
Yes.
images were taken.
Mhm.
So now I have
See,
the Padlet from Gail. And again, Gail she doesn't teach, she teaches 4th and 5th grade gifted students in the US.
take Kidlink will
So, and she said, well, we're not doing moon over us. We're not doing um, science
Okay,
right
good
now.
night.
We're doing literature. So her students are writing poetry. And if I can get this to scroll, so this is moon poem. The moon is a mound of snow. As days go on, the snow melts and melts until the mound is gone. Suddenly winter comes, then beautiful snow falls down. The mound builds and builds. And now I need to see the end of it. I can't get to the end of it. Yeah, until snow is covering the town. And her students cannot use their names. She has to get parental permission for them to share their work outside of their school district. So this is MP from District 128. And now I'm just going to scroll up. There's another poem about the moon. And then as the kids looked at the project, they started taking photographs anyway. So here's a photograph. Padlet is nice because if you click on the image, it actually gets larger. But she's sort of managed to get the images to be smaller. So then this is the San Diego moon. And the student who did this, this was during COVID, so we're meeting online. So he continued the project in San Diego. Here's the moon over San Diego again. And then this is a moon timetable for the moon. And so then the kids got more interested. And
Wow.
yes, they kept writing poetry.
Mhm.
But the student from San Diego made this image,
Wow.
which I like very much as a collage. So, and you can see comments going back and forth, and there was a comment from Subi there as well. Here's more moon photography, moon photos. And let's see if there's a big photo here.
Wow.
Very nice. And as we keep scrolling up, now Gail did this project 10 years ago also.
Wow.
So if you look at Space, you can see the student images of the moon, but all the comments are gone. So that's why I moved here, because this place is easy to comment and it's easy for everyone to upload. The teachers do need to make a Padlet, and we have a video to help do that. I love this. This is the man in the moon. This is my moon drawing I created. So he actually has an astronaut. I don't know if it's the astronaut or the man on the moon, but there it is.
Wow.
There are also some pictures that someone else drew that show the moon craters. So I think that's good too. We did a project on moon craters, and I have a person who was a high school physics teacher. She's now a scientist who comes in. Here are moons from Nepal. So she linked her Padlet to other Padlets. So did everyone in this section. So it was easy to go through all the Padlets from this session to get through. So then the kids started writing about mythology. And the sun, the wind, and the moon, I think, is actually Chinese. Here's a picture of the wolf moon. Stellan also posted a picture of the wolf moon. Daughter of the sun and the moon, northern hemisphere. So here's the moon in the northern hemisphere and the moon in the southern hemisphere. We also had a student from Uganda, a teacher with a student from Uganda. Uganda was in lockdown also, and their teachers have to pay €5 an hour for internet connection. So that's difficult for them to be on here that much and to get students on here. But here's another discovery that someone made, and there is a discussion about it below. So Gail says to this student, "Thank you for your extra effort to get an explanation of this." And this person is talking about Australian moon culture. And so this is the moon in the southern hemisphere. And it's just fascinating to think about the moon being upside down in the southern hemisphere. Look on the outside of that. And I thought this picture was particularly good. Again, it's taken with a digital camera. The person who took it followed all the directions, and I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. So she teaches in Palos Heights, and then this is from Aztec mythology. And I would love to get some people who know more about Aztec technology or mythology to talk about them. So this is a gibbous moon, means bulging or convex from the late Latin. A gibbous moon is what we're seeing right now. It's almost a full moon. It's been a sort of growing from a quarter moon. This is actually it's almost a full moon. And it means bulging, literally. There's a waning gibbous. So this is after the full moon. So it's getting smaller as it goes around to be part of the new moon again. And here's a picture of Cosmic Lab. This is a link to another page. So I'm really sorry Gail couldn't be here today to talk about this because she really knows a lot more about students writing poetry than I do. And her students spent a lot of time with their poetry on this. So if I close this window, I see different pages from different people. Here's a girl. She was actually 8 years old, I found out, from Australia. The moon from Nepal. And this is another person from Nepal. And now my dog is starting to bark. So it's time that I am quiet. So I'm going to quit sharing. And
Wow.
I'm going to turn my mic off.
You have turned your mic off and speaking, but your mic is off.
Wow. So amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, is that the end of your presentation, Bonnie?
Bonnie ma'am, your mic is off.
Lip reading.
My dog stopped barking. You're invited to join me on January 10th. You need to go to the project in Moodle, and it will be a project that's labeled January 10th, because over the years I have 10 years worth of Moon Over Us. So I need to get the one labeled January 10th uploaded, and then we will see it. Now I'm going to turn the mic off. And if you have anything else to say about Moon Over Us, you can ask Sugu.
Okay.
Wow.
Thank you very